What's up, folks? Sean the Average Angler coming at you with another great video. It is Saturday morning. I am preparing a video to give you guys a big piece of juice for winter fishing. If you're seeing this video, it's because we reached our goal of 5,000 subscribers, and now we have a new one of 10,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can pick up the pace a little bit, get there a little bit faster. If you're new to the channel, you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button down below. Join the Average Angler community where I constantly bringing you reviews, techniques, how-tos on the water, and oftentimes giving up the juice. For those of you that don't know me, I have been fishing for 50 plus years, and the last 30 plus have been bass fishing. So today I've got something special for you. It's an old technique that, quite honestly, I think it's overlooked so much. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. It catches fish when a lot of other things don't, though. So it's a really good one to have in your arsenal if you live on a spotted bass fishery. You may already know about this, or maybe you don't. It really depends on your generation, I think. This is something that's been around, like I said, a long, long time, and it's very, very effective, and it's really simple to fish to boot. Doesn't require a whole lot. Simple spinning rod is what I like to throw it on. Braid the leader, and there is a ton of different ways to rig a single-tailed grub. The single-tailed grub is really sort of the original swim bait, if you will, okay? I've been fishing a single-tailed grub for about as long as I can remember, but not often enough, to be honest with you. You know how it is when something is at the front of your brain and it's there, you fish it. And then all these other new baits come out, new techniques, and we kind of forget about what used to work for us. Tried and true always worked. Well, this is one of those tried and true, it always worked techniques. Like, why did I ever put that down? And oftentimes when you pick it up again, that's what you're going to say to yourself. Why did I ever put this down? Now, like I said, you can rig them on a ton of different methods. This one here is on a Horizon head with a weed guard on there. Okay, so if you're throwing it around wood, rock, that kind of stuff, that could be a really good choice. Now again, colors. Whatever it is you're trying to mimic or match, get the color for that. Now this is how I really started fishing it. Okay, 1/4 ounce dart head. This one happens to be a Yamamoto. Now this is what I want to tell you about the grubs. Okay, I've got 2 different grubs here, and there's really a whole lot more than that. And I would tell you, I prefer the Zoom Fat Alberts for this. They're a little bit tougher. They kick just as well. They are a way better buy. However, you might want some different colors, and that's where Yamamoto comes in. Yamamoto is great for a big selection of colors. That one's called Clear with Large Silver Flake. Great bait fish imitator. Another Yamamoto. This one is called, the number's 164, Purple Emerald Large Blue Fleck, which is why to me, maybe it looks a little bluish. Anyway, select your colors based on water clarity. Now there's a ton of different ways to fish these too, so let's just get into that. The original swim bait, just as it sounds, could really be fished anywhere throughout the water column, from top to bottom. You can let these go down as deep as you want. And oftentimes, if you find schools of fish and you cast these out and you just let it fall down, usually by the time, if it hits bottom, you're hooked up. It's just too natural and too simple falling in front of those fish for them to pass up, and they will eat it. Now, if they don't eat it by chance when you engage that reel and start swimming it along the bottom, that is oftentimes when they will attack it. It's a very simple, unobtrusive bait. And if you go to something like a Horizon head, depending on the weight, this one here, I have some casting gear that I could throw it on, so you can fish it however you want. However, I do recommend fishing lighter line, maybe up to 10-pound test, just because the nature of the bait. It is a smaller bait, right? I believe these are referred to as a 4-inch grub. Actually doesn't say on that one. Oh, 5-inch grub. 5-inch super grub on the Yamamoto pack, okay? So it's got that great big kicking tail. So as it's falling, it's kicking. As you're reeling, it's kicking. And it's just a very small, natural, easy meal for the fish to take in. If you have fish higher up in the water column, you can do the old method that we used for years and years, which was a countdown method. Cast it out, engage your reel, and count it down. Or you can leave the bail open. It's going to fall a little bit faster with the bail open than it will if you engage the reel where it's going to pendulum back. The great thing about the pendulum is it will put that natural action into the bait, and it's working for you as it's falling. And hey, you may get a surprise and get bit before you get to the depth you're trying to get to. Counting down your bait is a great way to get to a mid-column and then swim it through that mid-column. Now, you do need to adjust and figure out the rate to which to reel to keep it around that depth. But most of the time, this thing gets bit pretty darn quick. When you can't get bit on anything else, you're really struggling that day, tie on a single-tail grub and give it a go. Now let's talk about some other ways you could rig it. Now, this one I happen to have in my hand is a little bit big for this, but it's more the point, okay? Now, I'm drawing a blank again, which I seem to do this all the time when I pull this out. But Aaron Martin's designed this bait, and it just makes it wobble like this. So if you combine that with the grub, you're putting a little extra action into it. Now, this is a 1/2 ounce. This one's really meant for a bigger bait, but they do have smaller ones, and I will link it in the description. If you're just simple fishing these, I really like these Buckeye Lures Stroll Jig Head. They were designed for strolling. However, they're a little bit on the heavier side. This is a 5/16. They may have lighter ones. I don't have any lighter ones, and I don't remember seeing lighter ones. I really like these a lot for my bottom bouncing with these types of baits, whether it be the grub, whether it be the minnow baits, whether it be a swim bait. I love this head on a spark shad. All right, you can use a simple A-rig or minnow strolling head as well. This one happens to be the Dirty Jigs tackle. This, they call it tungsten, but it's a tungsten hybrid type thing. And right now these are on sale at Dirty Jigs for $4 a pack, which I think is very reasonable. It's got a great hook, very good design. I really like neutral colors. Don't remember what this one's called, but I think it's just bait fish or natural. I don't know. It's just a light silver paint. But you can also use things like a Ned head. This is a 1/6 ounce. So you can go as light or as heavy as you want, depending on what the fish want and where you need to get that bait. Most of the time, I don't really think you need much over a 1/4 ounce. 5/16, of course, is just over a 1/4 ounce, so very, very close. The Horizon head, again, if you are around cover. Now, this isn't a really stiff one. It's just gonna help deflect real quick. If you're in something thick, it's probably gonna grab. The dart head gives a little bit different fall than like a ball head. Be creative with it. The single tail grub will get you bit when it seems like they don't want to eat anything and you're starting to question if there's even any fish in the area. All right, guys, really appreciate y'all subscribing, helping me grow the channel. Much appreciated. The next video is going to be for the drawing. I'm going to select 3 people. There will be a grand prize winner. He's going to get the first pick. He or she, whichever it might be, is going to get the first pick of baits. And the next one, then the next one. Then I'll package them up, get them shipped out to you. All right. Happy holidays. Happy New Year's right around the corner. Hopefully everyone, most of you are going to get an opportunity to get out and fish. If not, maybe you just get out in your bass cave and you get a little time to tinker with tackle, organize, get ready for the upcoming season. Sean the Average Angler, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.